Lesson 6.7 is about subtraction with renaming when you're subtracting fractions. This is just like when you're subtracting whole numbers and you have to regroup or borrow. We have to do the same steps when we are subtracting fractions or mixed numbers sometimes. Alright, so let's first look at a fraction subtraction problem that does not require renaming. Let's say we're doing 3 3/4 minus 1 2/4. In this problem, you would subtract the fractions first. 3/4 minus 2/4 is 1/4, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So 3 3/4 minus 1 2/4 is 2 1/4. However, what if we have a problem like 3 2/4 minus 1 3/4? This problem's a little trickier because you can't do 2/4 minus 3/4, right? Because 2/4 is less than 3/4. So in this case, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to rename or rewrite this fraction, or this mixed number, so that this fraction is larger than this fraction. So let's walk through how to do that. I'm going to get rid of this. Alright, so we want this fraction here to be larger than this fraction here. So what we're going to have to do is say that 3 2/4 we know is equal to, right, 3 is like 2 plus 1, and then we have an extra 2/4, right? So we can say that 3 2/4 is equal to 2 plus 1 plus 2/4. And then I can recombine this and say that this is equal to 2 6/4, because 1 is the same thing as 4/4, so this would be like 4/4 plus 2/4 is 6/4. Right, so 3 2/4 is the same thing as 2 6/4. I just changed the 3 2/4 to 2 plus 1 plus 2/4, right, because 3 is equal to 2 plus 1. And then 1 is the same thing as 4/4, plus 2/4 is 6/4. So I just renamed 3 2/4 as 2 6/4. I didn't change the value of that, I just changed the way it was written. Right? These two mixed numbers are equal to each other. So I didn't change any values. So now we can do the problem 2 6/4 minus 1 3/4. 6/4 minus 3/4 is 3/4, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So 3 2/4 minus 1 3/4 is equal to 1 3/4. Let's look at another one. Let's say we have 5 1/2 minus 2 2/3. Well, this problem actually presents two difficulties because 1/2 and 2/3, they have different denominators. So the first thing we're going to want to do is rewrite these fractions so they have common denominators. A common denominator for halves and thirds would be sixths. So I can rewrite 5 1/2 as 5 3/6. Right, 3/6 is equal to 1/2. And I can rewrite 2 2/3 as 2 4/6. 2/3 is equal to 4/6. So far all I have done is I have rewritten these fractions so that they have common denominators. Right? 1/2 is equal to 3/6, 2/3 is equal to 4/6. I'm going to get rid of this so that we have some more space. All right, so the problem we're doing now is 5 3/6 minus 2 4/6. Except we still have this problem of 3/6 is smaller than 4/6, so we have to rename 5 3/6. So I can say 5 3/6 is the same as 4 plus 1, right? 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 3/6. So 5 and 3/6 is the same thing as 4 plus 1 plus 3/6. And 1 is the same as 6/6. So I can take this 1 and say it's 6/6 and combine it with 3/6. So then I have 4 plus, 1 is the same as 6/6 plus 3/6 is 9/6. So we end up with 5 and 3/6 is the same thing as 4 and 9/6. I haven't changed the value. 5 and 3/6 is the same as 4 and 9/6. So now the problem that I can do is 4 and 9/6 minus 2 and 4/6. This is going to be much easier to do because 9/6 is larger than 4/6. So now we can just subtract our fractions. 9/6 minus 4/6 is 5/6, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So 5 and 3/6 minus 2 and 4/6 is equal to 2 and 5/6.